If you still struggle to understand native speaker content in whatever language you're learning, when you watch YouTube videos or you listen to podcasts, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to accelerate the process and how to make the content, native speaker content, much more comprehensible very early on. So the first thing you need to know is that you should already know the most common verbs, adjectives, and nouns in the language if you want to understand native speaker content. Several thousand words. Memorize them fast and then review them with example sentences. Because if you don't know those, if you don't know 80 or 90% of the vocab in a piece of content, it will be very difficult then to understand anything because you get the vocabulary problem and also the pronunciation problem. Like you need to know the words and you also need to know what they sound like in fast speech. All right, so fix the vocabulary problem first. At least most of the words. You can't know all of the words early on, but you can know uh, a lot of them and most of them if you focus on learning the most common words, especially like I said, verbs, adjectives, and nouns. But then you will need a lot more vocab as well. That's not as frequent, so and probably niche specific, and you need to learn that as well. And the best way to do it, or one of the best ways to do it, is this: you take this the transcript of whatever you want to listen to or watch. Not everything has a transcript, but YouTube videos usually have transcripts. This particular one is what is this? First World War. Okay, it's a Russian history. Well, history channel in Russia, not only about Russia. And you paste you copy the transcript and you paste it here, or any kind of AI, right? And then you use this prompt: rewrite this transcript. No, actually, give me a sentence list. Give me the complete. Should have just pasted the prompt beforehand. I don't remember exactly how it was. I'll put it in the description later. Give me the complete sentence list of this transcript uh, with good punctuation. This is important because YouTube's transcripts are a mess. Like this looks like it's been written by some of the haters in the comments. Like it's just no punctuation. It's complete. I mean, no, because then it would also contain lots of mistakes, and it wouldn't contain advanced grammar, advanced vocab. But you get the idea. There's no punctuation, and it's unreadable this way. So you need to rewrite it in a way that's easy to read. So that's why we'll use this. And here we go. And now it's relatively readable, right? Now you've got text, basically an article of whatever you want to listen to. Again, I don't watch YouTube much, I just listen to it. I recommend you do the same because that's time you can spend doing something else instead of just sitting in front of a screen. You can go out, go for a walk, work out, etc., while listening instead of just sitting in front of a computer. So you get this. At this part, you will have to sit in front of a computer. But what I recommend you do is a two-step process. You take the transcript, the rewritten transcript that you can now read comfortably if you speak the language. Well, I mean, if you're still learning the language, you take this and you either create a translation of it, a bilingual text. You can just paste it on Google Translate and read it there. And you read sentence by sentence and you read it and understand it. Right? If you learned the most common words, you will know 80% at least of the vocab here. So you will not have to look up that much. And if you're reading it with the translation next to it, on another column, you will you will read it no problem. Much easier than listening to it, or to much easier than watching a video. And you read the whole thing like an article. And the next day, you watch the video or you listen to the video. I recommend you do it in two phases, like this, two steps. Read it one day and then listen to it the next day. So there's some space repetition there. And you keep doing this every day. This is my advice. You could also, and you should, learn the vocab with mnemonic associations. Get a vocab list and memorize the unknown words with mnemonics. I highly recommend you do that. But this is also extremely effective. You read it like an article, and then the next day you listen to it or you watch it. And this way you can every day listen to or watch one video, or listen to one podcast episode, and read the transcript of the next one you're going to listen to. And you can always, like, you get in space repetition in those. Like, it's, you read it one day and then the next day you listen to it. So you get a lot of reviewing done. And the more you do it, the easier it will get, because you will very quickly learn the vocabulary and the expressions they're using, especially if you keep using the same YouTube channel or the same podcast, because they tend to use similar vocabulary, right? So this is something you should be doing. Start doing this and do one of these per day. So one every, read one and watch one every day. So you read one transcript today and then you watch the video tomorrow, and tomorrow you read another transcript, and the day after you watch that video. You get the idea, right? So the first day you just read a transcript, but then after that you watch the video from the previous day and then you read the transcript. And this way you get space repetition and you learn lots of vocab and also the grammar and all of that, using interesting content. And very quickly, if you keep doing this, in a few weeks, you'll be able to understand pretty much everything when you're listening to that specific podcast. Because listening to it or watching it, even with subtitles, watching it, okay, just one go, like first time, like no exposure beforehand, is much more difficult than first memorizing the words, the vocab with mnemonics, then reading the transcript, and then finally watching it. If you do it in three steps or two steps, let's say no mnemonics, but you read the transcript first, like this. But it's even better if you first use mnemonics for the vocab, then read the transcript, then watch or listen to it. If you do it in several steps like this, when you're finally watching it or when you're listening to it, you will understand most of it much more easily. And if you keep doing this, eventually, very soon, you'll understand everything they say in that specific podcast. Yeah, then you should just do the same thing with another podcast and another one, so you get used to different voices, and eventually you will understand native speakers no problem.